Hi everyone and welcome back to English for You. I'm Pat.
And I'm Elsie.
And we're on part 2 of this time travel story we're looking at today where Ting and Gord are in the future. Ting and Gord are time travelers. Ting is looking for her father. Gord can help her use her time travel machine, and if she helps him go home, he'll show her how to use it. But where are they now?
They are now in a futuristic city.
Right. It's got lots of modern technology, big machines that clean the air, cool buildings, comfortable atmosphere.
But nobody is there.
No people. That is the big mystery. Where are all the people? Gord and Ting are going to explore. And is Ting Ting's father somewhere around? We'll find out soon. Let's read through day 2 of our article.
Reading. A trip through time. Gord and Ting Ting travel to the future. Gord and Ting Ting find their way inside a computer room.
Gord, you might want to look at this.
Gord goes over to Ting Ting and starts using one of the computers.
Interesting. There aren't any logs on this computer, though. Hey, what's powering this computer? It can't operate unless it has power.
Maybe it's powered by some other technology.
These people built superior technology to clean the air and to power their products. But where are they?
It's like they all just died off.
I hesitate to agree, but it certainly looks that way.
Well, regardless of what happened, Earth looks like it's doing fine without humans.
Look at this video file I found on the computer. It's dated 2250.
Ew! Everything looks so dirty and disgusting.
It seems like humans went through some really dark times. We need to find out more.
Ting Ting and Gord leave the computer room and go back to walking around the city. All the buildings and streets look very beautiful.
This is all very interesting, but we need to find my father.
Oh, that's right. Let's set our time machine and determine our destination first.
Where will we go?
Where do you think? We'll go back to when your father was alive.
Bang! Ting Ting and Gord disappear in a cloud of smoke.
So we can see from the pictures in our magazine that Gord and Ting Ting find their way inside a computer room.
And Ting Ting says, Gord, you might want to look at this.
Yeah,
check. What is it?
What is it? Well, of course, a computer room in this case isn't going to be like we think of it with a few desks and small computer screens. There's probably big screens all over the walls. Well, we see Gord goes over to Ting Ting and starts using one of the computers. Who knows how he managed to get the password and log in, but we'll move on.
Okay, so Gord 开始用其中一个电脑, and then he says, interesting, there aren't any logs on this computer though.
Okay, now this is an important idea, this log. L-O-G, log, and it means an entry in a computer that has been recorded by that computer. We often use logs as an official record of events. Sometimes it logs someone's performance. Somebody's come in, done a job, they've done it well or whatever. Or it could be daily activities. It's just recording every command, every program that's been opened, all the different entries. If you looked at your computer's memory, it would have these logs that show what happened. In the old days, a log was something on a boat. It was on a ship, a great big book, and every day the captain would write what the weather was, where they'd sailed to, the wind, and they'd do it all by hand. So more these days we use computers, and in the future, who knows what we'll use. Here's an example. The last log from the spaceship showed that there was a problem with the engines.
Log 在这边当作名词哦，代表的是机器运转使用的时候的记录跟日志。那当然它可以当动词使用，我们在生活上最常见的就是 log in。 or on something 就是登入某个地方，像是呢 someone changed my password so I can't log in now， 有人更改了我的密码，所以我现在没有办法登入。那登出就是 log out。So
Gord's noticed there's no real records of what's been happening on the computer, and then he thinks of something else and asks, hey, what's powering this computer? It can't operate unless it has power.OK,
我们这边看到两个 power, two powers here we see. 第一个 power 呢，它是个动词哦，意思是为点点提供动力。所以到底是什么为这些电脑提供动力呢？再来我们看到后面的 power, 它是一个名词，意思是电力、能量。
So what's giving it energy? Where's it? Is it electricity? Is it sun power? What's going on? What he does know is the computer is still operating.Here we're using the word operate to mean work, to do its job properly. If your computer's operating, you can do everything you need. If you go, oh, this isn't operating properly, maybe something's broken, maybe the battery's dying, maybe some other electronic part in there is not working. So you could say, for example, this electric car won't operate if its battery has run out of power.Operate
这个动词呢，这边代表的是运作或者是运转。那通常会在前面看到 a machine 一个机器，好，或者它的名称 a machine operates， 那就是机器运作运转。今天的 Language in Focus 我们要讲到的是 unless 的用法。那句型是呢，主词加动词加上 unless 之后再加上主词跟动词，表示的是除非。那这个字啊，它有否定的意味哦，好，它是否定的连接词，表示除非若不，可以置于句首或是句中。那 unless 所引导的子句当中啊，必须要用现在式代替未来式，而且只能使用肯定，完全不含否定意味的叙述。For example, you can't enter this private gym unless you are a member. 好，代表呢，除非你是会员，否则你不能进入这间私人的健身房。当然，你可以把顺序交换，你也可以说 unless you are a member, you can't enter this private gym. 那再来呢 unless 因为它本身是有否定意味的，所以啊，我们可以用 if 还有 not 来代换。For example, I won't start the car unless you put your seatbelt on.也可以说成 If you don't put your seatbelt on, I won't start the car. 也就是除非你系上安全带，否则我不会发动车子。
So Gord's wondering what's making this computer work. Ting Ting says maybe it's powered by some other technology.
可能是其他的一些科技在帮它发电的。And then the article says, these people built superior technology to clean the air and to power their products, but where are they?
That's the main question. Well, they've certainly got superior technology. We use the adjective superior to mean better. This thing is better than other things. We can also use it to mean more advanced. Superior technology would go faster, do more things. A computer with superior memory, you'd be able to run it really fast and so on. But it can just mean of a better quality. For example, we lost the soccer match, we lost the soccer game because the other team had superior players. Their players were better, they were superior, we lost.Superior 这个形容词呢是优良的、较出色的，所以当我们看到 A is superior to B， 那就是 A 优于 B。像是呢 the players on that team are superior to the ones on ours， 也就是那一队的球员比我们这一队的出色。Yeah, so they've got all this advanced, superior, this really clever technology, but where are they? Ting Ting says it's like they all just died off.To die off means to become extinct. It's very similar to die, but we use this to talk about a whole group of people or animals, or whole species of animals. We could also say, for example, a noise dies off. It starts off loud, it gets quieter, and so we say, oh, it dies off. When something dies off, it's not a quick process. It's a slow process over time.也就是逐渐消失或是死去。那用在动物身上呢，就是灭绝。Well, Gord says, I hesitate to agree. Remember that word hesitate from yesterday. I hesitate to agree, but but it certainly looks that way.
And then Ting says, well, regardless of what happened, Earth looks like it's doing fine without humans.
Right. So when we use this phrase regardless of something, it's used to show that something doesn't really matter. That something, especially something that's unknown or is a mystery, it hasn't changed the overall result. The end result is still the same no matter what happened before it.
Regardless of something, 它是一个介系词片语，代表无论不管。所以呢，给同学们一个例句 ：Everyone in this company has the same salary, regardless of age or gender。代表不论年龄或是性别，这间公司里面每个人的薪水都是一样的。
Yeah, and Ting is saying the Earth, the actual country, the plants, everything's doing fine without humans. And of course, humans means us, people. If you're going to get scientific, Homo sapiens, the actual species of humans. For example, humans and apes have a lot in common, and we likely both came from the same kind of creature.
Human 指的就是人类啦。
So us, we're humans. Okay, so then in the picture, you'll be able to see a close-up of the computer screens or computer screen, and it shows a dystopian future. The word dystopian is kind of complicated, but it just means a terrible kind of future where everything's gone wrong. Okay. Machines have taken over. You can't breathe the air. There are no humans left and we're all living underground. That kind of movie or story future.
Like everything's not right.
Exactly.
And Gord says, look at this video file I found on the computer. It's dated 2250.
2250. So that is over 200 years in the future from now. And looking at this video, Ting says, ew, everything looks so dirty and disgusting. The word disgusting means something that makes people want to kind of look away or be sick or go and have a wash because it's just, ugh.
也就是令人作呕的、恶心的 disgusting。那我们也可以说 gross。
Exactly.
G-R-O-S-S.
Right. So Gord, looking at the video, says, it seems like humans went through some really dark times. We need to find out more. So this phrase, to go through, we used went through in the article there. To go through something means to experience something, but we generally use it to mean experience something difficult or unpleasant or terrible. Here, go through dark times means they had some really bad times.
Go through something 代表是经历不好或是辛苦的事，后面接的 the dark times 代表是时代，就是很黑暗的时代，不好的时间。那这边再给同学们一个 go through 的例句哦。For example, he didn't talk to anybody when he was going through the crisis. 当他经历危机的时候，他没有人跟任何人说。
We can even use a phrase like, he's going through a lot right now. We're not even saying whether it's good or bad, but we can tell he's going through a lot. Just using this phrase, going through, kind of implies it means it's not good stuff. He's going through a lot. He's experiencing tough times. So we now see Ting and Gord leave the computer room and go back to walking around the city. And all the buildings and streets look very beautiful. So this is very different to what they saw in the dirty, disgusting 2250 video file. So it looks like they've gone, oh, the humans all disappeared. Everything got dirty and disgusting and terrible. And then the humans disappeared. We don't exactly know how or why or what happened. But then everything got really nice.
对呀，
The plants grew, the air got clean.
所以这边现在的建筑物啦、街道看起来都是很漂亮。Everything's wonderful again.
Yeah, it's kind of a very interesting idea that, oh, the humans aren't there, so the earth will gradually start to recover.
But they have a very important thing to do here.
Right, they've kind of forgotten why they're time traveling in the first place. They've got, oh, all this stuff's happening. What happened to the people? Look at these cool computers and screens and everything. But, as Ting Ting says, this is all very interesting, but we need to find my father.
She finally remembers it.
Yeah.
We need to find my father. Where is he?
Gord says, oh, that's right. Let's set our time machine and determine our destination first. You remember he said to Ting Ting, don't just press the buttons and we won't know where we're going to go. We need to think about this. So here Gord said they should determine their destination. To determine something means to decide that thing, to choose that thing. But we use determine to mean when there's a lot of thought that's gone into it. You're not just going, okay, I'll eat that. You're really thinking this or that. I'm thinking about the good and bad points about this. I'm maybe making some calculations to really figure things out. And after I've done all this thinking, all this work, I will finally make a very good, educated, informed decision. Not just pick something quickly. I will determine what the best thing to do is and then choose it. For example, have you determined what subject you will study at university yet? That's not something you just go, well, all right, that one. You really think about it. You think about the future. You think about how it's going to affect you. And then you make a decision.
Determine 这个动词呢是决定，那形容词就是下定决心的 determined， 好，你在字尾加上 d 就可以了。Be determined to do something， 那就是下定决心去做某件事情。For example, he's determined to win the game。他下定决心要赢得比赛。那名词决心这个字呢，就是你的 determination。
Okay, and the thing that Gord said they have to determine is their destination. A destination is the place where you're going. In a casual way, it could be things like your vacation destination. Where are you going for your trip? Where are you going to go on your vacation? Here, their destination is a when. They've got to figure out exactly what part of time, forwards, backwards, modern day, the past, they're going to go to and really program their time machine to make sure they go to the right place, go to the right destination.
没错 ，go to the right destination 这个名词呢就是目的地。And then Tintin says,
Where will we go? Or she could also say, when will we go? Which place in time will we go to?
Yeah, when and where will we go? And then Gord says, where do you think? We'll go back to when your father was alive.
Okay, so that means when, the time when her father was still walking around. Of course, he could have time traveled to the future, but they're saying, no, let's go to maybe the days before he invented the time machine, when your father was alive. If you're alive, you're not dead. It's not way before you were born. It's not long after you die. If you're alive, we're alive. We're alive right now. We're living, we're walking around and breathing. For example, we could say, there are no dinosaurs alive today, except maybe birds.
Alive 这个形容词就是活着的、在世的，那相反就是 dead, D-E-A-D, 死亡的。
Okay, so basically they're going to program their time machine and they're going to go to a time, her father's sort of real time, you know, now, the modern day, the early 21st century. The article then shows that bang! Ting Ting and Gord disappear in a cloud of smoke, which seems to be what happens when they use their time machine.
所以他们就在一阵烟雾当中消失了 They disappear.
Exactly.
And we'll see what happens to them in the future or in the past next time. So now it's time for our For You Check question.
Okay.
For You Chat.
So today's question is, what do you think our world will look like in 150 years? Explain in detail, so don't just guess. Try and put some more details or ideas behind
Okay,
it.
so I think it will look very, very modern with all different kinds of advanced technology. However, I don't think human beings will still be there.
You think we've only got 150 years left?
I don't know.
Wow, Elsie, that is
If we keep living like this, I don't think we can survive. that long.
Not as many of us, I think, because I suspect in 150 years, a lot more of our world will be under the water.
Oh, yes.
With all the ice melting and the seas rising, a lot of what's land now will be under the water all around the coasts. These low countries will start to disappear into the sea. So if there's a lot less land, there might be a lot more fighting over what's left. So I don't think everyone will have disappeared, and maybe in 150 years we'll have kind of found a better solution. And you think it sounds like a long time, but then you go, well, hang on, 50 years ago, we pretty much only just landed on the moon. Okay?
Yes.
And in 50 years, we've gone from first landing on the moon to people living up on a space station. So 3 more times that 50 years at the speed things develop, living on the moon, yes, I think in 150 years, people will be living on the moon. There's one. Because technology is just going to develop that fast.
Yeah.
It'll have to.
Yeah, or on a different planet.
Maybe.
Controlled by different aliens.
I don't know about aliens. I don't know about aliens, but there we go. I think moon is possible, and I actually think our population will have maybe gone down, the world's population. I think we've kind of hit the most, and even diseases are going to keep coming to wipe us out and keep our numbers down. But that's us. What do you think the world will look like in 150 years? Better, worse, how different, what's going to be going on? Have a think, have a chat about that, and join us again next time. For English for You, I'm Pat.
I'm Elsie.
And we'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Vocabulary Review.
Log. Mark couldn't remember doing this piece of work, so he checked his logs to see when he did it. Operate. This train no longer operates because we don't have the right fuel for it. Superior. These vegetables are superior to the ones you find in supermarkets because we grow them ourselves without chemicals. Human. Although Earth is very old, humans only appeared around 2 million years ago. Determine. How much money do we have for our vacation? That will help determine where we can fly to. Alive. I'm sorry to hear that Tony had a bad accident, but I'm so happy to hear that he's alive.
智慧小补帖
Regardless of something. Disgusting. Destination.
以上节目是由活用空中美语制作。活用空中美语杂志，请洽询全国各大书店。如欲索取试听教材，请来电02-2364-4000 02-2364-4000，或上网查询，网址是 www.english4u.net www.english4u.net